I don't know if this report that I read, I know you probably sure on time. I want to get to other callers. I just want to say one more thing.
Sure.
I read somewhere on the internet, like I said, I don't know if it's a really reliable source, but they said that they actually, weighed somebody, an actual person before death and after death, and they said that, there was, a big, weight difference, on the energy or something.
Yeah, it's just not true.
And that made me think,
energy doesn't have weight.
Yeah.
So right there's, that's a big question mark.
It's the movie 7 Grams was titled after this. Is an old kind of urban legend thing that they claimed, it's the weight of the soul. And the fact is that the original experiments that this was based on were just inaccurate. I mean, you can go to Skeptic's Dictionary. It's skeptic.com, skepdic.com. I'm sure there's an entry there for 7 grams, weight of the soul, whatever.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, thank you for taking my call, guys. I hope I haven't sounded too much of an idiot.
No, you're
that's
fine.
All right. This is all, all this stuff is engineered to be very compelling sounding and very appealing sounding,
Mm-hmm.
So it's natural for people to, when they hear these kinds of ideas, to go, oh, wow, maybe there's really something to that. I mean, that's why religions picked these kinds of things to say to people, because it's the stuff that we react to. But the bottom line always is there any actual evidence that this is really true?
And I could imagine a scenario like what you were talking about with the kind of post hoc explanation where somebody has a near-death experience thousands of years ago or 1,000 years ago or whatever, and terrified of what they saw, regardless of what it was, they go to their holy man and say, what happened to me? And the holy man, being the skilled liar that most of them are, says, oh, well, you saw the afterlife. And this isn't tied to any religion. I imagine this is how the mythos of afterlives kind of gained a foothold in the popular thought.
Right.
So
I felt a presence. Well, that must have been the great juju in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, there was this tunnel and a light at the end. Well, that was the light of the special place you get to go after you're gone.
Yeah. And it's no different from, I was thinking about somebody and the phone rang and it was them. Well, God wanted you to talk to them, that kind of thing. But anyway, thanks a lot, Matt. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
We got Charles here in Austin. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure, Charles.
Hello. I'm calling because I have the screener asked me if I was a theist. I told him I was a deist with theist inclinations.
Okay.
And the purpose of my call is because I'm terribly disturbed about what I see as the danger of new atheism, or what is probably more aptly described as sort of a reductionist materialism. And I think it's very tangible, not like spiritual, I'm going to be sentenced to hell sort of danger, but a real material danger, if you will.
Okay, and what's that danger?
Well, first of all, I think the most obvious thing is that new atheism isn't primarily atheism, and it's almost structurally deceptive. I think atheism in and of itself is sort of vacuous. I mean, it doesn't really propose anything like you guys often claim.
Sure.
But there's something interesting that when you say, will you please tell me what the your belief is, or based on the reasons or your proof that God exists, because we're really a refutation of an ideology rather than an ideology in and of itself. That really presumes to have the mechanisms by which to judge the answer.
It's not atheism from which we derive that. It's skepticism, science, critical thinking.
That's actually what I was getting to. That's actually what you're not as well, if you're talking about philosophical atheism. Because that's completely what you're not. In terms of Hume, science that you continually parrot as being some sort of redemptive primary mover here in material life is not skeptical in nature. The presumption of the uniformity of physical laws throughout the universe is skeptical.
It's not a presumption. It's an observation.
No, it's not. When's the last time you observed?
No, from what he's talking about,
being on this planet.
No. It's a practical assumption. It is a practical necessity.
But it is not skeptical.
Science
is the godfather of skepticism.
Okay, I am a Hume follower. My point is, if such a thing made any sense, my point is that science. Well, I don't want to get caught in equivocation here. as it is done, is applied skepticism.
No, you're using the word in a different sense, in a very modern, loose sense. Which
Yes,
means
because I don't live in the 12th
or
century.
incredulity, but not the sort of rigorous skepticism that most people assume you're talking about.
It absolutely is.
Hume was not proposing incredulity. Hume, I'm sure you're familiar with the induction fallacy.
Excuse me. I'm sure you two guys would love to have a long philosophical debate about this, but you called the show to say there was a danger. And I asked you what that danger is. Okay. Tell me what the danger is.
The danger is that reductionist materialism seeks to deprive us of the mechanisms by which we would defend ourselves from certain pseudo-modern horrors that maybe Ray Kurzweil or other reductionist materialism would like to perpetrate on humanity, like uploading the entirety of the human race into some massive computer because humans are really reducible to physical structures. And those are dangerous assumptions.
Why is it dangerous?
Why is an idea dangerous? I mean, he's not.
It's not
show me a guy who's
certainty.
Any idea can be forced on people, and then you can call that activity of forcing that idea on someone dangerous. But the idea of
dangerous, or is it not dangerous?
It's not true.
Okay,
how's
but
that?
That's not what I said. I said, is it dangerous?
Well, are you saying that uploading consciousnesses would work? Would it work?
I have no clue.
Well, if it works, then isn't the underlying premise true?
I think that's going to be nearly impossible to determine, and that brings us.
Well, no. Hold on now. You're talking about this horror.
This horror reality.
You got to let Jeff talk. I know you can't hear him. He's trying to ask questions directly.
You called in to tell us that we're dangerous, okay? And now we get a chance to defend ourselves.
Okay.
Now, if your example of a horror that you think is led to by reductionism,
yes,
was uploading consciousness into a computer as if human beings were it could be boiled down to just material forces, right?
Correct.
And I'm asking you, do you think it would work? Because if you do think it would work, then the assumption that we are physical is true. If you don't think it would work, then the assumption that we're physical is not true, and you win. So either way, where's the horror? Where's the horror? Either it's true or it's not. Nobody's going to get uploaded if it won't work.
Correct. I have the intuition. I mean, it's impossible to say at this juncture, but I have the intuition that it is not possible.
Well, in any case, where's the
horror? If it won't work, then where's the horror?
Where's the horror?
Yeah.
Where's the horror in essentially convincing humanity that, I mean, I assume you're familiar with Ray Kurzweil and singularity?
Yes, in fact, I agree with him.
Okay, I assume that because you're a reduction.
Okay.
Well, did you assume that I agree with him?
Sorry?
Never mind, keep going.
I'm having a little trouble distinguishing between the two voices. I'm sorry.
Are you watching the show?
I'm sorry?
Are you not watching the show?
Yes, but there is a delay, and it makes it a little tricky.
All right. Please.
Go ahead.
Trying to find out where this horror is that you think that there's a danger of our position leading to.
Well, if it's wrong, is it good to suppose that uploading Grandpa into a computer is harmless? If it's wrong, I mean,
if it's not true that it could be done, then that idea will last only until it is discovered. Hey, this doesn't work, and then the idea is finished.
I think we might be structurally prevented from that discovery. I mean, how would you know?
Then there can't be a horror.
But if there's no uploading because we can't get it to work, then there's no uploading. Where's the horror?
No. You misunderstand me. I don't think the uploading is possible.
You're just turned off by the idea.
That's supposed to be uploaded is possible.
Well, okay. Well, scientists are not going to be uploading anybody if they can't.
No,
right?
Right? I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm sorry.
Okay, try again.
I think what I'm saying is I don't think the creation of this structure that would, let's say we have this human-level intelligence that's recreated with the same memories, the same structure, the same capacities.
Yeah.
I don't think that's sufficient to say that that person was uploaded. I mean, I think you could. It's conceivable to me that you could create.
So the horror is the horror. Let me see if this is correct.